All right. Aloha, my kako. Welcome to episode number 55 of the Aloha Hour with Johny and Steezy. Brought to you by Hawaiian Aroma Cafe. And shout out to our dear friends from Waiakea. Gang, do us a big favor. Help us grow. When we grow, you grow. Give us a like, follow, subscribe, share, everything. And let's keep the Aloha Hour going day after day for you guys. We have a very special guest, which I am praying right now when Johny introduces him, he does not butcher it. Take it away.
I'm gonna focus right now.
Okay.
He is the great-grandchild of His Highness Amaliatoa Tanuma Fili, the former king of independent Samoa, and the grandchild of Chief Letuli, who started fire knife dancing. He played as an offensive lineman for the University of Hawaii, where he started 12 out of 14 games at right tackle. During his time with the Rainbow Warriors, the team went the furthest they've ever gotten in UH history. Later on, he played for the Dallas Cowboys before finding his higher calling in music. He is Laupepa Letuli.
Hey, he did it! Yo.
Man, congratulations.
Let's
How
go.
was the pronunciation, though?
It was good.
That's
It was
good.
cool, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was worried. I was thinking, I was reading, I was like, uh-oh.
You know how many times I read it this morning?
Oh, how much?
Right,
Once,
guarantee.
baby.
No.
He was like Eminem, 8 Mile in the Mirror.
Yeah, Letuli.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
I didn't know we have royalty in the house.
Yes.
Oh, man. I'm just blessed to be here, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. That's my great-grandfather, Malitoa Tanuma Fili II.
Ooh.
And he passed away back in 2007, but I grew up in Western Samoa. So grew up in Western for 8 years, moved to American Samoa for a little bit. And then I was moving back and forth before I moved to Los Angeles. I moved out to LA when I was about 11 years. Culture shock for sure.
I bet.
What made the move from Samoa to...
So my I didn't meet my dad till I was 8 because of family reunions. So I was being raised by my grandmother and my aunties, my family, and then my mom's family in Western Samoa. So I was there for 8 years, and then met my dad, and then I moved over to American Samoa for a few years, and I was staying with my dad's family. So got to meet, and I was also staying with my grandparents. So I was just the grandson, on both islands, and it was cool, man. I got to experience that side of my dad's family with my grandfather, starting the fire knife dance. And I didn't really know that much of that importance until later in life, how cool that was.
Yeah.
I just thought that's what all kids do growing up. Just ended up learning how to fire knife dance and stuff.
Did you get into it?
So after school, my grandpops used to be like, all right, everybody 2 hours practice. I'm like, I just wanted to go swimming. Because we live on the beach, Fumangongo, in American Samoa. So I came home from school one time and we were just practicing every day almost. And then me and a couple of my cousins. And then the one time that I started to do fire, the first time I did fire, he was like, all right, today's the day. And I'm like, fuck. All right, let's go. So I'm going, the fire's going, and I'm like, oh, this shit's hotter than what it looks like. What everyone else makes it look like, So I'm like there, I'm spinning. I throw it up, and then catch it behind my back. I go to catch it behind my back, and then I was like this. And because I did that, the hook came back and goes, boop, and stuck on my back. And I was like, oh. So I was like trying to wiggle that off, and then I jumped into the pool. And then I look at my grandpa, he was like, ah! He's crazy, man. He'll be over there, he'll pour gas in his hand, lit it on fire, and goes, and I'm like, oh shit. That's nuts, man. But I said he grew up in a different era, 30s, 40s, 50s.
Holy cow.
Yeah, man.
So a fire knife dancing, that means the one where you take the stick and you toss them and wow.
So actually before that it was just the ailao, with the nifu'oti, because it's called the nifu'oti, the hook of death, and that was used for war and shit back in the days, so that So what they used to do was they used to cut their, the other guy's head off, and then the hook, they'll put it on hook the head on the hook.
Oh.
And that's the prize, or whatever. But then, later on, as we got more civilized, we got, there was a dance to it, which was cool. And it was already, and he learned that a while ago. And then, so the story goes, when he started to travel, trying to be in in Hollywood and stuff, he was in extras and movies and all. There's a lot of Hawaii movies he was in too. Over here.
Real?
Yeah. And then, so he was in San Francisco, and he was up there for a tour, and he was he saw this little girl with a baton. And the baton had these lights at the end of the baton. And he was like, oh shit, that looks cool. And he was like, I could do the same thing. So he ended up doing the same thing and adding, going through the different types of gasoline you use and what kind of material you use, what burns the longest or what has a good amount of burn, you know what I mean? Asbestos. No, I'm kidding. Don't use that. We found that out later. That's bad for you.
Don't try it at home.
I'm gonna never just use the light bulbs. Just have to go in flame, open flame.
Oh, make they get one for the freaking,
yeah, I know.
For the knife, yeah. I shouldn't do this. What the frick? It's a family show, guys.
Family friendly.
Family friendly, man. PG-18.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
So,
Both of my grandfathers, man, they're amazing men and pioneers in their own craft in way, man. And when I moved to LA, my dad taught me how to play music, taught me how to play guitar. So I was already, my biggest thing was obviously for any football players to make it to the NFL. Mm-hmm. And shoot, man, that's what I wanted to do. That was my focus. Even though I was learning how to play guitar, so I was playing at church and stuff. And then,
but your desire was football.
The desire was football because that was etched in my brain about free education, and then the NFL is that's any football player's dream,
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do. And I was like, shoot, man. But then when I was doing my trips, take trips from high school, you go to different colleges and stuff. So I was gonna go to Oregon State actually, with the Pac-10 at the time. But then I went to UH for a trip, and then they were mixing, they're drinking Kava. So they're drinking Kava and they're jamming music, and I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
That was the first time you came to Hawaii?
No, that was my second time.
Okay.
Yeah, the first time I came to Hawaii was when I was 8 or something. So I don't really remember shit back then. But.
Forgive me for not knowing, but in Western Samoa, where you're born, yeah? Do they speak English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but so the Western Samoa is heavily influenced from Australia and New Zealand. So a lot of our stuff comes from those two countries,
Oh, okay.
So everyone has a little accent, I want to say I did have an accent, but it was American. It was an American accent. And then and then American Samoa obviously is a U.S. territory.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was U.S. territory. One of the Pago Pago Bay is one of the deepest bays. That's why they used it in World War II, I think. Or if anyone out there knows the real facts, but I'm 86% sure. 60% of the time, 100% of the time.
But wait, but what is the difference between American Samoa and Western Samoa? So American Samoa was conquered by the Americans, and they have American presence on the island.
I mean, if you can make it sound like that.
I know, conquered.
You guys whoa. First of all, they asked permission.
There was an agreement made.
Man. They didn't take it over. Whoa. John, whose side are you on? No, yeah, I mean, I think the same thing with well, actually not the same thing as Hawaii. That's totally different. Yeah. Yeah, man. For all I know is I just know that they became a U.S. territory a long time ago, and they had ties.
Yeah.
With the U.S. and I think because of Hawaii, which is kind of closer, maybe that was another thing. I may be wrong. Like I said, 86%.
So you're dual citizen then, huh?
I can be.
Yeah, because you're born there. And
Yeah. So I don't have my Samoan passport, but I flew one way before, and I thought that was okay without me having a Samoan passport. But I was like, so I had to go for a family reunion 2012, and I was like, I just bought my ticket on I think it was Polynesian Air at the time, or maybe Air Pacific before they bankrupt. I went over there. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" "Hey, one way, Samoa." They're like, "Can you see your passport?" It was like, "Here's my U.S. passport." They're like, "Sir, you need a return flight." But I could have just said that, right, and then not get on the flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then one way was cheaper.
Ah.
I think that's why, because I only had enough. I only had enough for one way.
And then I just been gig up there a little bit and then can make them home.
Not even. I wasn't even gigging. I just went for a family reunion, and then I was actually supposed to fly back to Hawaii, but I didn't know how I was gonna get there because in my head I was like, I'll probably ask my grandma for some money. I'll fly to Hawaii because I had to go on tour with one of my boys, Kili Bush, and we did a USO tour to Japan and Singapore.
Nice.
But I called him in Samoan and I was like, hey man, I'm not gonna make it because I was just gonna say, frick it, man, just stay in Samoa. Mm-hmm. And at the time, man, I was just like, I didn't really have a direction. I was just kind of figuring stuff out, So I was just gonna say, I was just gonna move back to Samoa and trying to see how it is over here. And then, I ended up scrounging up some money for my family.
Nice.
Actually, my nana in American Samoa, she was like, hey, come visit me. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go visit my dad. I was like, by the way, can you buy my ticket to Hawaii?
You told grandma I charged about an hour. Grandma, I charged about an hour. Grandma.
No, she was pissed at me, man. She's like, that was $900. I was like, you get plenty of money. No, yeah, man. But so I flew one way to Samoa. Ooh. So that was cool. At least I knew I could because they were like, okay, hold on. So they went to the back and I was like, I'm born there. So that means, deport me. This is a nice way of sending me back.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I always was interested in understanding if, the Samoan, do they play football because of their stature, because of their size, or is it like ingrained because of rugby and New Zealand and Australia, and this is a sport that you guys love? Because you know how there's a lot of tall people and you're like, oh, why you're not playing basketball? I don't like basketball. Oh, but you're tall. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, did you play it because of the desire? Because before you mentioned something, it was like pitched to you all the time, by family, by growing up.
About football?
Yeah.
Well, that's because like I moved to America. To me that was huge being in America. So and plus I didn't even know I was gonna play football. I mean, in middle school, in junior high, we did flag football, and I was like, okay, it's kind of cool. I like it. And then once I got to high school, it was like, oh, this is it. This is pads, put on pads. And it was cool. We kind of just figured it out. And I I ended up liking it. I ended up playing varsity my sophomore year. Half of a JV and then I moved to varsity. And then the next 2 years I played and I started. So that was cool. But what really helps is I think what you're asking too is because of that natural instinct of being violent when we want to, or boom. No, because of rugby, yeah. So rugby and of course. I don't even know what's happening right now.
PG-13, I just reminded you guys.
No, yeah. So I mean, because especially in American Samoa, football is majority what all the kids wanted to do, and they see the success from all the NFL players, right?
Yeah.
And you're coming from a small island, smaller than here, it's you don't have that much of coaches, really want to fly down to Samoa. But I mean, now because of technology, they can see film and stuff like that, which is dope. And there's a lot of real talent that comes from the islands. You know, I mean, even Tonga, man, like even Tonga people, man, like just Tonga and Samoans up there in the NFL now are just vicious.
Owning,
And it's becoming to be more apparent now for a lot of other people. Like, oh, what are those people? Who are they? We're from the islands, brother.
Did you watch that movie about the soccer in Samoa?
No, I didn't.
You have to watch it.
Is it good?
It's very good. Very good movie.
Did
you hear about it? It's based on a
Next
true
Door wins.
story.
Yeah, I met the wahine. Jaya.
The Mahu.
Yes.
Yeah. Where you met him?
I met her at a wedding.
No
so
way.
random.
Here in Hawaii?
Here in Hawaii. There's like
Nuts.
the bride and groom set me up. They're like, oh yeah, you know, it was how the guy getting married to a Samoan girl, and you know, just like, oh, you know, it's mildly traditional, but mildly have some fun, you know, because you get some chiefs and whatnot, so we got to show some respect and all this. And I was like, oh, is there anybody I need to look out for in the audience that maybe they're gonna get mad at me, or anybody I can trade barbs with? And then they're like, oh, they look at each other. There's like, Jaya. Talk about Jaya. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Were you emceeing?
Yeah. I was like, okay, let's talk about Jaya. And I was like, what does Jaya do? He's like, oh, she's a transgender soccer player. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, boom. I start listing all my transgender jokes, soccer jokes. I start formulating before I go in. And then as soon as I get there, I lock eyes with Jaya. And we're eyeing each other out, Brian. I don't know if she knows I'm trying to roast her or what, Brian. We just start staring, and I'm like, oh.
What kind of stare, like?
You know, it's hard to tell, you know, but we stared.
I mean, it's hard when my sunglasses are on.
All I know is I was shocked because she was 6'4". Okay, she was on big wahine, and I was like, okay, you are an athlete and a half. Like, who is this Jaya? Boom, pops up. They made this whole movie about her, Nick Scowings.
Yeah.
I was
Holy
like, oh, shit, let me retract all of my nasty jokes.
Guaranteed.
And make it really nice, because, you know, what I read, she wasn't ultra happy with the film.
She wasn't?
You know, she was okay, but she still didn't get the chance to dive into her story too much.
Yeah.
You know, it was a mild mockumentary, you know, because they made it about the coach, and made it a comedy, all being during this whole time when she was playing for American Samoa. It was actually a struggle for her, being Fa'afafine. Yeah. So that's the only thing she wished she could share more of her story.
Yeah.
As opposed to, you know, being...
Yeah, I mean, they touched her story lightly.
Yeah.
Just because there were a lot of different stories simultaneously in the movie. But I felt that her story was amazing.
Yeah.
And she's an amazing personality. And
she's gorgeous. She's big time too now. She over there is living in Sweden. I was like...
Not in Sweden.
Get it, queen.
Nah, get it.
Get it, queen. I was like, get it.
Sweden.
Yeah, and I was like, we're taking this worldwide, you know what I mean? So,
That's epic. Bro, you got to watch that movie.
it's a good film.
And actually,
Waititi, the kind, directed it.
Yeah. And this guy from Hawaii played that. The guy with the long hair. The big guy with the long hair. Played
Oh, no,
that movie.
that's it's one of the Usos that he had a fake hair.
No, he has real hair and long hair.
Did
He
you touch
lives in
it?
Hawaii. No.
Oh. No, it's David.
Is it?
David, he's Tongan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot guy. Look like one model.
No, that's one of my boys.
Oh, no Diddy, bro. No Diddy.
Whoa, that's two.
He was like, hot guy. I'm like, oh, no Diddy, bro. You gotta
No
no
Diddy.
Diddy.
Yeah.
No, that's our boy David, man. He just moved up to LA.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, to just pursue more of his like acting stuff.
Is he the one in all the viral videos?
Yeah. On Instagram, you see him in all
Super
kinds
shredded.
of stuff. Yeah.
Bro,
But
he's gonna make it, bro.
He actually
got-
played ball too, man. He
no way.
he was at I don't know if he said he was at the Panthers or the Niners, but he said he
For
played for a
real?
little bit. Yeah. I met him because of Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So when I saw him in the movie, I'm like, God damn, that's big.
Yeah, he was on there. I think one of the other Usos, Heel, Samoan cat. He's from American Samoa as well. He was in the film. I saw.
You know,
little-
their first game is between Samoa and American Samoa and Western Samoa,
Really?
and it's like so funny to see the dynamics between them. You guys don't like each other, or there's a certain
Yeah, I mean, there's a thing, of course.
Yeah, there's a certain
Like, because
competitiveness.
one be like, want to be Americans. And then the other one was like, damn coconuts. I don't know. We're both coconuts. I was like, hey, that's racist. Sorry. I'm sorry.
But
No, yeah.
it's a real good
it's a
movie.
thing. It's a thing.
It's
It's
a thing.
it's like almost unspoken, but you know, you have some cats that know. Because the Steezy is different too. How cats, like, you know, how they move, how they talk, how they dress. You can tell everybody from American Samoa got a white tee on, or like some, you know. And then the other cats over there have like jerseys from like rugby jerseys or stuff like that. So I mean, but who cares?
Where your steez come from? Is it a mixture of all
It's
of
a-
it?
it's
You
a-
hit that like R&B steez. Like,
See, my
real-
thing is different, man. I think I didn't really start singing until I moved to America.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that.
And it was just because your dad. You say your dad gave you a guitar, gave you music lessons. Is that what it
No,
was?
so my dad just started teaching me how to play music, and I kind of fell in love with it because, you know, he's a dope guitar player, and he used to play with my uncle Branscombe Richmond. So Uncle Branscombe used to have a big group. They used to travel the world and stuff, like kind of like that country rock vibe ish. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man. But then, excuse me. Yeah, my dad ended up cutting his fingers off.
Oh.
Yeah, he had got in a little accident. So this was probably like 4 years ago, maybe.
Fire dancing.
No. He so my dad taught me how to play guitar. So like me and him are always like, every time we see each other, like we do a little jam set. You know, me and him, like, okay, you do a solo, I'll do a solo. You do a solo, and we could go back, and then I still try to see if I can still be good as him, you know, and like trying to be like, huh? You like that? Never heard that one before. Huh? He's like, yeah, no more grasshopper. No grasshopper no more. Nah, it's always humbling too, because my dad knows all this. It's almost like he didn't teach me all his tricks, you know. He saved a lot, and he always, you know, he's dope. But then, so what happened was he was helping my sister with some crafts, and like he had a skill saw, and then he was just like trying to do it real quick. And I think when he did it real quick, it just said. So this one came off. This one's like a half of it, and then this one, the nerve don't really work. So he's just working with these two.
God.
Yeah. So but then it was crazy because him and my mom's, they were working on the cruise liners. So he plays music and my mom does hula. So that was their work, and they were doing really well, you know. And then so when that happened, he was like, frick. My brother-in-law told me, he was like, dang, because my brother-in-law was there, he was like, yeah, bro, he looked at his hand, he said, my life. And I was like, that hit me hard, man. And I was just like, damn, man, I don't even know how to feel, you know. And I felt bad for him. But, you know, being who my dad is, you know, so they ended up getting the finger back together. Mm-hmm. This one's just a nub now, and like he just, you know, it kind of works, but
Can he play? He cannot
no,
play.
he doesn't. He tries to every time, and he said every time he tries to do it, like there's a sharp pain, so he can't. So he ended up picking up steel guitar. So he picked up steel guitar. He was like, nope, I'm not giving up this job, or, you know, his.
Bruh, that's amazing. That's so inspiring.
It is,
man.
because
I can't believe
like
it.
he didn't let that affect him from working, or like, nope. He probably was like, he said he had like 3-4 months before he had to go on the next trip, and he was like just learning everything, you know, and he still sing, and so he was practicing, and it was every time I saw him practice, or I'll talk to him, and I'm just like, man, you're dope, you're cool, man. Pops is, you know, he's just still going for it.
That's OG, man.
That's OG stuff, man. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even know where to start on that thing, steel guitar. And he just went on YouTube and started figuring it out. So I started hitting up everybody else. And, you know, he does a lot too. Like, you know, back home he used to do like a Pacific talent thing for poly kids in LA, and just trying to help out the community what he can. But it's inspiring, man. Very inspiring.
Yeah, I think just the fact that he didn't give up, and his love to music and to entertain was so strong that he said, okay, what do I do now? I'm not going to stop. The question is, how do I continue?
Yeah.
Not how do I stop? and he found a solution.
Right.
And that's inspiring.
Yeah.
But it's almost as inspiring as you playing football and realizing that, fuck, I want to sing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what exactly happened. So,
Oh, now he's spilling the beans, man.
no, so this is how I felt, and this is a thing for all y'all upcoming football players out there as well, or it could be whatever you're doing for that matter. So after I got released from the Cowboys on the last day. So that was the last cut. So I played 4 preseason games, which was dope, man. I was just blessed to be a part of to play in the NFL, I guess, and it was between me and the center. But their starting center, he was transferring to Denver or Ravens or something for another contract. And then the second string center ended up tearing his LCL. And then I was just like, wow. It was between me and another center. And fuck, man, they're like, we need a center, bro.
Yeah.
And it was like one of those tough decisions. I'm like, dang, because Tyron Smith was actually from USC. He was a first round draft pick, 2011, and that was my homie. And then we ended up meeting because he went to USC and he knows a lot of Usos and stuff and Polys and Polys and stuff. So he was like, when my roommate got cut, and he was like, hey man, you want to just kick him at the house? I was like, yeah, shit. So me and him ended up, growing, getting that. I don't even know how to speak English right now. What's the word?
Like a connection, like a vibe.
Yeah, and we was cool. So we ended up, and he was like, "Hey, don't even worry about it. They're gonna keep you." I was like, "You sure? Can you tell the coach? Can you put in a good word for me, buddy?" And yeah, man. So when we walked in, shit. After our last game was Miami, and then after we flew back, and I think we the following day or 2 days later, we ended up going into the locker room. Right when we got into the locker room, there's a guy over there with a notebook. And then he was like, so-and-so, this way. And I was like, fuck. And I'm walking in. Letuli. I was like, yes, sir. And then it sucks, too, because after that, you go and clean out your locker, and everyone that you've just been playing with for the last 2 months or a month and a half. Because that year was the lockout. I don't know if you guys remember that year. So there was a lockout in the NFL 2011. So that means that there's no OTAs, there's no summer ball. So what happened? So what I did was I was just playing music with my dad, and then I flew down to Tonga for my brother's birthday, came back up, and then I went to go play arena. So I played arena football so I can be in like football shape, kind of still, Ended up breaking my hand, broke my hand early July. And then like I was at arena maybe for like 3 weeks, maybe. And then I had a cast. I ended up playing with a cast, so I'm playing with a broken hand. And then like the lockout lifted, like early July, or like second week of July, and I'm like, fuck. So I ended up going down to Cowboys. So it was between the Steelers and the Cowboys, and the Cowboys gave me some more money. So I'm like, yeah. Yeah, but at that time, that AT&T Stadium was fresh, and the jumbotron was huge. So that was a cool experience. So before I went down, I told him to cut my cast off, because I didn't want to show up with a busted ass hand. They're gonna be like, oh, because I was undrafted. I was a free agent. So when I went down there, I just didn't want to show up with a already like, I don't think we need this guy.
Just ran him hard, bro.
Fuck, dude, I taped, my hand looked like a cast every day. I taped it because I had to, man. I taped it like, it was like this. Like this is the tape. I'll tape these two together, these 3 together. Because this one always got caught somehow, so I'll just tape like that. So that was my freaking, the kind. Wow. During the game, yeah. So I got released. They flew me back to LA. At the time, we had a fire and F competition for my family threw, obviously for Papa Olo. And I Ubered over there to Anaheim from LA, and I was just like, what are you doing here? I was like, fuck, I just got released, man. So I was in this like poor me kind of like mindset, and that's where I messed up, is not having the mindset to be like, fuck it. Put your head down, keep grinding. Another team will pick you up. And 2 other teams hit me And I went to and by that time, like I was already like out of shape. I was going out. I just spent the rest of the money that I had, and I literally, because I only had, it was like $3,000 signing bonus. Yeah. And then they give us per diem too every week. So like whatever I had in my pocket, I ended up just drinking Kava a lot more. I ended up, and I'm telling you, I ended up drinking Kava almost every day. And then I got into the point where like me and my some of my boys, we ended up creating a Kava group in LA, in Norwalk, called Thought-provoking, and it was like a whole different journey, because it was music, us polys, Samoans and Tongans, and plus there's a big thing out there in mainland about Tongans and Samoans having a bad rep, with feuding, but our thing was to remind them that we're all from the same place. We're from islands, man. And we're a lot closer in history than what everybody thinks. And so that was that. So that mindset that I had was kind of like, poor me. How come I didn't make it? I should have made it. And then even after that, they hit me up to go to the Jets for a tryout. I went to the Jets for a tryout. No workout. I was just straight from the mixing Kava all night.
Oh my God.
Straight to the airport. I was like, I still get them. Yeah. Okay. And it was it was kind of like, man, I thought you said Peppa was talking to my agent, which is my uncle. They were like, I thought you said he was in shape. I was like, I thought I did a lot better than the other guys. I really did. And they were like, well, we'll let you know. And then like Tampa and Cleveland hit me up after, when I flew back from New York. And then by that time I was just kind of like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna play music, man.
Yeah. Do you ever look back and regret it?
Sometimes I do, because it's like, damn, you were, for lack of better words, you were a little bitch, and that was just like, why poor me? Just because you didn't make it the first team doesn't mean that you didn't belong. You know what I'm saying? And that was my mindset at the time, and I hate that, because I was like, man, you didn't give 100% to football. You know what I mean? Have had you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of...
I think you're right. It's easier to make a decision knowing you gave your 100% and
Right.
then make a decision. But if you know you didn't give your 100%, then you don't know what could have happened.
Right. So now you're just living for the rest of your life with what coulda, shoulda, woulda.
However, I don't believe in God too much, but I believe in a higher power. You can call it God, Buddha, you can call it however you want, karma, energy. But maybe the energy made you a pussy for that moment because it saw your bigger future and your pursuit of happiness with singing and music. Because by the end of the day, imagine how many times you got injured.
A lot.
Imagine how many times you had to suffer and sit on the sidelines. Imagine how many times you had to pursue something which, you liked, and it's big money, but did you enjoy it as much as you enjoy when you entertain 300, 400, 500 people? I saw you when you went now to, where was it, that big festival in New Zealand? And I saw you on the fucking stage going nuts, no shirt on, all your tattoos out, doing a fucking hop, fucking going all nuts. I mean, that energy is insane.
For sure. I mean, and that didn't, that came with, I think, how many years of music, that I believe in God. I believe that God gifted me with that talent. And I'm grateful for that. And I think that's what also, he was probably like, well, hey, man, I'm going to give you this, and it's up to you. The car isn't going to drive itself. You know what I mean? I gave you the car.
Yeah.
So learn how to drive it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that was my thing. And he said, you know what? I'm going to give you another car. And I think you should know how to drive this one. Yeah. This one's automatic. Clutch, baby, clutch. No, and I think what's cool is it just took me in a different journey, and I keep thinking I keep talking about it with my wife, on my past, on my journey of how I got here with music, and I'm just, to be honest, man, I'm just blessed to be here, man, because I've friends, a lot of my friends that I've met throughout the years that helped me with this journey as well, and just to get where I'm at too, so.
Yeah, it's beautiful that you get to share those music moments with your dad.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like vibe out with him and have those connections and growing with him. That's kind of stuff like, I hope to share with my daughter one day.
Yeah.
Do you have kids yet?
I have a daughter.
So, moments like that growing up, like, I don't know if it would have been the same had you have been playing ball. You know what I mean? Because you would have been so busy focused on this, doing this, and you got to do PR, and then you got to make sure you stay in shape. And it's like, you're not having those musical growths in those in between times. Creativeness is a really busy thing to do, even though it seems like you're doing nothing. You know what I mean? When you're,
Oh, no, it's a lot. It's a lot more. And I feel like I could be doing a lot more than now, too. There's a lot more room for me to... Because, to be honest, I work at night, yeah? So, like, throughout the day, I'm spending time with my daughter and my wife, which is nice.
Priceless.
It is priceless, man. And it's like, for me, sometimes, like, there's sometimes where we're just a little bit on our phones a little too long, and that's just...
Of course.
And then everyone deals with that same, struggle sometimes, but I feel like finding that fine balance is cool. And, like, just being a new... This is my first daughter, my first child, so this is awesome, man. Like, she's actually gonna be 1 next month.
Oh, wait, May? What is that? May? Oh, April.
April.
Oh, my baby's May 5th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's April 9th. She was an Easter baby. She was born on Easter. Sunday morning.
Bruh.
So that's what it's Sunday morning. Rain is falling.
You know what? I just wanna touch back on the fact that football is played by mainly the coach. The coach is setting up the play. There's not much for you to think or add of your creativity in football. Football, the coach says, you go here, you do this, you do that. That's the play. In music, you get to put Peppa into the forefront, who you are. When you go on stage, and I see you every Wednesday, man, you have an energy that is second to none. And I remember when you started to play at my place, you were by yourself, then with Stephen Harris, then another guy, what's his name, Avery, and then another guy,
John.
And now, when you guys play on a freaking Wednesday, you guys like a 5-piece band.
It's fat, bro.
You're rocking the place. People are going nuts. Like,
that's cool, man.
That energy you created. Yeah, you had other people.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
People gravitated to your kindness, to your aloha, to your who you are. And I think this is what will stay with you forever, and this is what you will teach your daughter, and this is what you will teach your other kids and your people to come, and the other usos, like the love that you give to your people and the love that you leave every day on stage. Wow, that's priceless.
Yeah, for sure.
That's more than football, in my opinion. But
Yeah,
I'm not a big football fan. I don't know. Probably people are hating on me right now.
Well, there is an art in football. Like for me, when I played tackle, like I played against usually a defensive end and D tackle. Usually you're on the outside on the island. My thing is the art in that is the battle between you two. And there'll be it's like a chess match. You're playing the whole time. How I'm gonna get you first in your chest, and so there's a little battle in between every play that you have, and that's how I always looked at it. Like it's always cool to view it like that. But like, I'm not to take away from what you're saying, but there's a little creativity in there.
Yeah.
Because that's how I looked at it that way. I think that's just because that was just how my brain works. But
no, I mean that's good to hear, because for me, look, I grew up in Europe, so for me, I see football. I see everybody's. I watched, for example, the last Super Bowl, and I'm embarrassed to say that's because of my daughter. She wanted to see Taylor Swift, of course.
That's why the numbers are big. All them Swifties out there. Hey, thank you.
Yeah, you know it.
We taking NFL worldwide, bro.
Yeah. So I watched it and I'm like, what is happening? And back and forth and again and again. And honestly, the first 4 quarters was shit. The last quarter was like, like the overtime was epic. But up until then, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, they're just going back and forth.
Back and forth, like you don't see really a lot of craziness, a lot of creativity. It's very like, I feel like it's very judged or very orchestrated by the coaches. You know what I mean?
But there's little intricacies, you know, like the way you move across somebody. They have that lineman. They swim past a guy or spin move. It's like all those little things, you know. Kind of like Kobe shooting a free throw or doing a layup. You know, they do it 1,000 times, and when they do it on the court...
Don't you ever compare football and NBA.
Whoa. Okay, do tell.
NBA is non-stop energy. From the moment they start till the moment they end, everybody five people, everybody gets the ball, everybody do something.
Yeah, but they're not getting hit in the face though. I mean, it's like, football is it stops, but that's because everyone's hitting each other's face for like 10 seconds, and then going hard as fuck for 100%, and then stopping for like a good 25 seconds. Okay, let's do it all over again, guys.
Yeah, football's explosive, man.
I mean, different kind of energy.
Yeah,
I see that.
I think the NBA is more finesse.
Yeah. NBA is what I thought got more of the chicks. That's why I only played basketball in high school.
How many chicks you got?
Two,
button over here, dog.
Kegs on fun.
You need that button on it.
God damn it.
Hey, two's better than none, bro.
I got two. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Good shit, man.
No, for real. I feel like being an entertainer, it's all on you. You know, when you're in a football, when you're on a team, there's a team, there's everybody together. When you come on stage, man, everybody's what are you gonna sing? How are you gonna do? How are you gonna perform? Everybody's checking you out. Everybody's criticizing you. You
know what's crazy, man? Sometimes I think about, I'm like, damn, you play music for a living.
Yes.
I randomly just, when I'm driving, when I'm buying groceries or something, I'm just like, dang. You literally go up there and play music for people and they love it. Yeah. It's a cool feeling, man.
100%.
And on top of that, he goes, and being a part of the trio, my boy, with Josh and Travis, man, what a different dynamic, because we're playing Hawaiian music. We started playing Hawaiian music. Now we're playing a lot more reggae stuff and different Tongan jams as well. And going on tour to New Zealand and Australia is huge. That was my first one. I think that was Josh's first one too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Because we did his own tour last year. That was fat too. The amount of people that showed up was nuts. And so we went to One Love. That was just a whole other thing. It was like 30,000 people in one area, and that was amazing. You get to see all the different artists and stuff, see how it works, how everything goes.
But how does it feel to stand on the stage, see 30,000 people looking at the stage, looking at you, and you're there, and you're like what the fuck?
Bro, to be honest, I think sometimes it's more nerve-wracking for me if there's like 20 people. Yeah. Because if there's 30,000 people, you kind of get lost in the sea of people. So you're not really eyeballing.
Yeah.
You're eye contacting. What did you say? Eye contact.
Yeah.
Right? You and Jaya. And then, right. Yes. So like, when it's in a smaller crowd, it's like you're eye contacting, and that's a different, like, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, there's that when you're.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, man. But like, the more people, it's almost like the better.
Yeah, well,
for me though.
There's a big production too that's like also getting attention on the stage,
right?
And all that.
I mean, especially too if I'm not singing. So that one I didn't sing because we had two of the other homies, Jerry and Wayno. They sang BVs for Josh, and then Josh was like, "Yeah, bro, you just got a jam guitar." I'm like, "Oh my god, let's go!"
But you said the shirt came off.
Oh, see, that was for Boogie's thing. So Boog had a set, and there's this one section in his set where he was like, "Hey, we're gonna do this Samoan thing." Ooh. When we, talk about Samoa, and then we're going to go, and then you just take your shirt off and just, show the pe'a, and I'm like, fuck, I'm there, bro. Yeah. That's for the bro, And then plus all our other brothers were there. Common King Brothers was up there. Cisco was there, Big Body Cisco, and It was cool, man. It was just that energy was raw. It was cool just to share that amongst other Polynesians, 30,000 Polys.
Yeah.
Right, just watching that video, not being Polynesian or Islander,
Yeah.
I felt the fucking mana.
Let's go, bro.
I felt it just from the fucking Instagram, just watching the video. It felt so good, and it felt real.
No,
And
it was beautiful, man.
the joy,
Yeah.
the joy you guys felt transcended through the screen to each and every motherfucker watching that video.
That helped with a lot of Jameson. They're like, that's JMO. No. To be honest though, it's raw, man. You're just out there and you're just dancing with your family.
Yeah.
And just for your other peoples out there, you know, your poly folk, and it was just cool, bro. Like just to share that, and it was something small, you know, but I'm happy everybody enjoyed it. You know, everybody else was dancing. Was
By the
cool.
way, the tattoos you have are traditional tattoos, huh?
Yeah, so I have a Tahitian one on my neck. That was the first one I ever got. We went to Tahiti 2012, and I went with a group which I grew up with in LA, Anaheim, called Nonocena. So they're Tahitian driven, but they also do Samoan, Hawaiian, different cultures and stuff. But we went down there for a show. And Tahiti, you know, like that's like we went for the Heva, which is like their Merry Monarch. It's like their Super Bowl of dancing, just like the Merry Monarch is their Super Bowl of hula, and so we went down there for an exhibition, and yeah, man, I didn't have no tattoos, I didn't have any, so I was just like, yeah, I want one right behind my ear, I want that goes down my neck to the back, you know, right there. And and I told the guy, I was like, hey man, I only got $200. He was like, all right, what do you want? I was like, I want a treble clef right here, like a music clef. And I wanted to talk about, like, I want to have my siblings. 'Cause I have 5 siblings. 6 actually, sorry. 6 sisters. 6 siblings, 3 sisters, 3 brothers. And I wanted them to be all alone here. So they're the ones that are always on my journey in music. That's pretty much that story. And then this is my second tattoo, and this was the Kava club I have in Norwalk. This is the Polynesia triangle. This is a Western Samoa flag, the Tongan flag, and this is a guy sitting down with a Kava cup like this, and just representing our people, man, here in Polynesia. You know, just especially in LA. I mean, it was just more of a beacon of light for our other poly families that, like, you know, they grew up in a certain hood or they grew up in a certain place. So that means, you know, like that's all they know. You know, they know about their culture, but to remind them, like, hey man, like Samoans are cool too. Like, you know, we're just as this and that, and we can kick it, or vice versa.
That must have been a big part of your life, that moment.
It was, and well, plus, like ours was cool because like I knew a lot of the boys over there, and you know, we at first it was drinking and mixing kava, and then we ended up just stopped the drinking, just kava, and then it got to a point where we started to do like everyone pays monthly for like the electric bill because we're staying the hut, we called it the hut. It was at my boy Niwa's house. That was their house. So, you know, imagine the family having like a bunch of 20-year-olds in the back,
Yeah.
in the back of their house till 4 or 5 a.m. mixing kava, jamming music. But that hut was there before from their uncles and stuff like that. That used to be that, you know, playing, you know, drinking kava and playing music. So because I played music, that helped out with the jam sessions, and there were some other cats too. So my other boy Jay Strings, he was on tour too in New Zealand, Australia, with Spawn Breezy. So that was cool. So like he's doing his music thing. So we were just talking about it. Like we like, it's crazy where we're at now. And we started from the Kava hut. We started from the Kumete, man. You know, the Tanoa.
Crazy. That's a beautiful thing. Like, I've been noticing, I don't know if it's been a resurgence of Kava lately or not, you know, over the past few years. But what I loved about this whole thing, there's a young man who came to my house, young Samoan kid, bro. I think he's from I want to say he's from Cam 4, and he was delivering, I think it was a fridge, high energy, and he was explaining, he was like, oh, nah, I just drink kava now. Every time I drink, I get in trouble. You know, so he hangs out with all the OGs. He's like, and he goes to this thing ritualistically.
Yeah.
And he said, bruh, I've cleaned up long story short, cleaned up my life ever since switching over. He said when he drank, he'd get demons. He's like, bruh, the demons will just go, and you just don't stop until the demons come back out. You know, he says he drinks kava and he kind of sees life more clearly. And he's young. He's in his like early 20s.
Wow.
And turned his life around just from doing these kava sessions. And I feel like it's a really big healing thing for a lot of people, you know.
It is, man. It's well, I started from college, so I mean that was cool because of music, and you're with your boys. That made a big difference, you know. And you start to, there's a certain lingo too when you mix. There's a certain type of like joking, like everyone's quick. They're joking, go back and forth, and then you kind of know like you're messing around, but we'll just keep this thing going, you know, like. And it's fun, man. Everyone puts in their jokes. Some of the funniest times of my life is in the circle, and it's beautiful, man. And I feel like it's when people drink kava for the first time. I say drinking kava by itself is half of it. The other half is the camaraderie, the storytelling, the music. That's what binds everything together.
I think we should do a podcast with some kava.
I think we should start mixing first, and then. Like the first few hours, and then we start the podcast.
Well, how long does it take for it to hit?
It depends. Everyone's different, man.
Yeah,
you do it before?
Yeah, but I'm soft batch when they come. I don't drink it very often, so I think like by the third cup, I'm already like Rasta man, you know. Like
really?
Vibrations.
Yeah. At least the time I tried it, you know what I mean. I was like, oh, okay, this is not delicious, but I'll drink it, you know?
No, yeah. So everyone has like their little chasers. Everyone has Skittles, Starburst. That's what every time you go, I bring chips or like fruit roll-ups or some type of candy. You know, that's what this at every mix almost. Some guys use mints. I use
Tastes like dirt or what?
Mud water, bro.
earthy.
Earthy. So politically correct.
Oh, right.
Sold.
I'm inviting. Yeah, because if I say mud water, they'll be like, oh, I don't want that. Yeah. So it's like a tea, an earthy tea. You like tea? You know?
Yeah.
You like it?
I never tried it, man.
Bro,
I should try it.
we should have it.
That's a vibe.
We have to do something like the next day, because I think I would want you to come and mix like throughout the night with us, and then like we'll just jam, drink kava, and make sure like you don't do a lot of important things the next day. I would say, because you will sleep the best of your life.
Wow.
Yeah,
I need a good sleep.
Yeah. So one of my cousins in Vegas, he was a big drinker because his back hurts. So he used to drink tequila, and that was his thing. So he used to pound like a few bottles of Patron just so that he can go to sleep because his back. And then once he moved to Kava, he never went back. I mean, he'll drink here and there, maybe, like small kind, but like he's a mixer. Like that man, like he now he's a president of one of the clubs in Vegas. Yeah, man.
Which actually reminds me, a lot of football players, they have a lot of injuries, which makes them take a lot of medication, like painkillers, and then they get addicted to that. And then they play like, I don't know, 2 years, but they're taking like all kind of
and it's making it worse. That's why a lot of rugby players, like a lot of Fijians drink kava after.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow,
Yeah, that's why after rugby, like a lot of rugby players after, they drink kava because it helps relax. It's a natural relaxant for your body. And because you're active, like you won't mess up your liver. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always working out, you're sweating. But if you just mix and you don't sweat it out, okay, you're gonna fuck up some shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna mess it up. So it's a nice balance.
No, that's an opportunity right there. You said your uncle was your manager, huh? Back doing the NFL.
He's my agent.
thing.
Yeah, he's my agent. Yeah.
Bro, I mean, he's already got the inside plug. Holistic healing for the football players. Yeah, you know what I mean. You be there.
That's a startup right there.
Your physical therapist.
I think a lot of the players are already doing it in the NFL too.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of poly players for sure. I think they You know, and then I'm pretty sure they help out. You know,
Bro, better than fucking painkillers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, there's
yeah,
opportunity.
you're going for a natural. You know, that's a
Yeah.
This is my natural. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of players that just get hooked. You know, they get
You're not
addicted,
wrong.
and
You're
they
not wrong.
cannot ever stop. You know, it's the most addicting pills ever. It's painkillers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I remember that when I tore my patella tendon my senior year at UH. I ended up having so they were saying that if this is my patella tendon, I tore this much, and then so because I had that one strand holding it, my patella, they're like, it's better that you let it heal naturally and do physical therapy than surgery. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then but then they gave me like a lot of Percocets, you know, all those different.
Yeah.
I forgot what they gave me, but I took it and it was cool. But I was just more drowsy than anything.
Yeah.
I just didn't really. So I just kept drinking Kava because I felt better. So that was the thing, man.
I need to try the fucking Kava. I feel like this podcast is an advertisement for Kava, bro. We need a Kava sponsor, bro.
Bro, big time. There's times. I know my
bro.
boy didn't run all kind of things too. Like, there's like events, bro.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Well, and now I barely drink as much as I used to, but I would definitely want to invite you, bro,
Yeah,
to a
please
mix.
do.
I think that would be dope. You too, bro.
But I
mean,
tell you right
yeah.
now, I have no musical
that's
talent at all.
we're not wanting you to sing.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Don't sing, bro.
You shouldn't.
I want you to come, enjoy, and just cruise.
Okay.
Just see how it works. We literally just.
You know
talk-
what I can do? I can play the instrument. You know the triangle.
Triangle? Mm.
You know. That
Which side you playing?
always right, bro.
My right, you're right.
For real, I'm the worst with music. I love music. I love listening to music. I love dancing. But I'm the worst. I swear to God, I'm the worst. I have the worst.
And that's
voice.
okay, bro, because your talents are in other places of your life. You know?
I truly hope so.
And look at where the gallery is at, and where you brought Aroma from, and where this podcast is at. You know, there's different talents that you've been showcasing for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Thank God I don't need to use my musical talent.
I was like, I need more cowbell.
If I would be dependent on my musical talent, it would have been downhill, baby.
It's okay. It's okay.
But, you know, I wanted to kind of just go back into your, you know, Royce. When I talked to Royce and I said, Royce, tell me, today I'm going to be with Peppa. Tell me something. He said, you know, Peppa played on the team in UH that was the best team ever. They got the furthest. They were the craziest. They were the best. And then he gave me a book that he got signed. And I seen pictures of you. You were number 50.
Mm-hmm.
And you were 290 pounds. You were humongous. Long hair.
Everyone had long hair, bro.
Yeah, everybody had long hair.
On the line, I feel like only a couple guys didn't have it, but for the majority of us, every old lineman had long hair. It was crazy.
They look so scary. Scary.
Oh, 290, bro. And that was all
No, so I was 290 my sophomore year. I went up to actually my heaviest in college was 354.
What?
And then my coach was like, "Hey, fat ass." I was like, "Me?" Yeah. Oh. He was like, "Hey, you gotta lose weight before season." I was like, "Shit, okay." So he put me on a diet. I ended up losing like 30 pounds. So I ended up playing at like 330, 320 my senior year. Agile, mobile.
Yes.
Like a gazelle.
No, for real?
Ask somebody.
You just kidding or what, for real?
I was fast, bro.
Yeah?
Was fast.
No, but 320 but running.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
Ooh.
I was dipping.
Bro, that's
I was
epic.
as fast as a D lineman, so that was the thing, too. You know, I always wanted to pride myself on. But we had some athletes, bro. We had some old linemen, they were quick, too, man. It was stupid. I'm like, man, it's amazing how, like, big people can move like that, you know? But that's That's just God-given talent. You know, your muscles, all that. I'm just happy I got some. But it was cool.
You guys smoked everybody
It was
you
cool.
got smoked in was I think 44-10 or something like this in the last game. Where was it, in the Sugar Bowl, whatever it was? It was
So interesting, that game, I didn't start that game. I was left guard at the time, so it was my sophomore year, and the one who was in front of me was Hercules. So I'll tell you, but Hercules was a first team All-American. And I was like, well, I'm not playing. Yeah. So, but he ended up, he ended up fracturing his heel like in the second quarter, right before halftime. My coach was like, hey, you got to go in. You got to play the rest of the game. Like, let's go. I did really good. Except for a couple of times I got blasted. there was one pick, I was like this. I went back this way, it was a big D and coming this way, and then you just see my hair like this. Like, lights out, baby.
Damn.
Nah, I got rocked, man. I was like, fuck. And I felt stupid too. I mean, everybody does, but.
Did you ever get concussed? Like concussion?
No.
No?
Good thing I have a hard head.
And you played with the boy, what's his name? The guy that...
Colt Brennan.
Colt?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, you know.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, brother. Yeah, Cole was a phenomenon, bro. He made stuff work, and he was just, and off the field too. He was the nicest guy, man.
Yeah.
Super cool. Super with like. He took Samoan classes. I actually helped him with Samoan classes. Yeah, bro. Hey, how's this? For his final, he was like, hey, Peps. I was like, yeah. He was like, can you help me with my Samoan homework? I was like, yeah. And he goes, you're just going to come with me to class. I was like, oh, okay. So I go up to class. He's like, oh, you know that one song? You know, so we're singing this song. And I find out it was for his final. I was like, I thought this was for your homework. I was like, that's all right. I'm happy I got to help my starting quarterback, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
And he was cool, man. Like, you know, sometimes he'd yell out certain things in Samoan on the line, and
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
yeah.
He was a cool
He was
dude.
cool. He represented Hawaii, man. He was a really dope person.
Were you in
human
touch
being.
with him when everything happened?
No. He was older than me, so you know there was a different crew that kicked it with certain guys, and I was just at the mix almost every day. So that's where I was at. So I mean, but like I'll see him here and there, and then after when I moved back, I came back here 2013, I think 2012, end of 2012 for a little bit. I seen him again. Good to see him, and by that time he already had his car accident, you know, and that's I think once the car accident happened, I think that's when everything started to like kind of go downhill.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt bad for bro because you know he was in pain, so he should have done Kava.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I wish I could have, you know, but he was on his own path, and you know, we had a lot of the coaches that were helping him out too, and so, you know.
He was out there making magic, man.
Yeah.
I talked to who's the lead singer for Soulja? Is it I don't know his name, but I forget his name.
The lead singer?
Yeah, is it Trevor?
I don't know.
Yeah, Howley guy. I think they're from Connecticut or something.
Virginia.
And he was saying, you know, there's this one song on their first album, one of my favorite songs, and he's like, it's this. What does he say? You know, nothing when I'm nothing like nothing. Like nobody thought it was something. So anyway, long story short, he says, "Bro, I was chilling in the studio one day, and some guy is sitting on my couch saying this into thin air. They call me nothing, but I'm nothing like nothing." And it ended up being Colt Brennan.
What?
And he had turned that into the first verse of his song.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, this guy is like magic in all places, huh?
Wow.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
He just kind of vibes, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
man. He was cool. Cole was cool, man. He was a great human being. Good human being, man.
In general, you know, I think that, you know, fentanyl took too many people that they shouldn't have taken, you know. It's like, he probably was just kicking it, just having a good time.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
That's what it was?
I think it was
Overdose of fentanyl, no?
I don't know. I thought it was yeah, it might have been. I think it was an OD. I don't know if it was fentanyl, but I know he wasn't doing well towards the ending of his
No, I think it was
his
fentanyl.
years.
Really?
Yeah.
Shoot, I thought it was a stroke or something.
No, it was. He didn't go for the Kava, man. Yeah. But
Damn, man.
that specific, thing is just always. When I hear stories of people, just random people, regular people that took fentanyl because it was laced with fentanyl or accidentally or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just fuck.
Yeah, and drugs suck now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's way different from when drugs were cool. You know, there's a point in our. I'm old, bro.
I was gonna say, what drugs did you do?
So back in my day,
You know, drugs back then, it's very good.
yes, very good, very good, very
Very
pure,
good.
very pure. Blue dolphin, yes.
right.
You know, back in my day, you wouldn't worry so much about all this crazy shit
Totally.
being mixed in. You know, like,
Totally.
and now it's just you have no idea. You know, like we used to like have. Did we do testers? No, we had a person to test it, and but you know, it was a lot more cleaner. It was a lot more, you know. Not deadly. Now it's just
Not
like you don't know
deadly.
what's in there, and
There are
it's
fillers so they can make more money.
Yeah.
You know,
stretch it out.
stretch it out.
I never forget the first ecstasy I took was the symbol on the ecstasy was a lock, right? A lock, and you know the lock was pretty big, and it was my first ecstasy, and it was intense. It was intense. When I became more, when I did it more often, and I didn't got hooked up in the party outside in the parking lot by a random dude,
Yeah.
but rather as someone that I knew, I saw the ecstasy and the lock, the image was much smaller, and I'm like, are all the locks the real locks look like this? He's like, yeah, never eat the one that has a big lock. I'm like, what do you mean? He says those are fake. They come from Egypt. I'm like, oh shit!
You had a tic tac, bro.
I'm like, oh shit!
Yo, it was wild. It was wild, you know.
That's hilarious, bro.
Back in the day,
Bro, I was in Vegas. I lived in Vegas like 2015. I was living with my cousin, and like this time we went out. He said, "Hey, we go meet up my friends," and then and this was one of my first times trying that too. So we was over there, and we go meet the guy in the parking lot. He hops in the truck. And get like 4 of us. He hops in the back. He's like, "What's up, guys?" I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" He's like, "Hey, man, so this is this." Da, da, da. It had a turtle on it. And he was like, "Yeah, bro, man, fuck. Hey, have a great time. Love you guys, man." And he left. And I was like, "Did this fool just say I love you guys?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "That's the best drug deal I've ever met." Yeah, we were cracking up. He left. We're still there in the parking lot, die laughing. I was like, "That is the nicest drug deal I've ever met in my life." And he said, "Man, I hope you guys be safe. Have a great time." I'm like, the only thing was missing was giving us some water for later. Yeah. So we ended up taking it, right? So we ended up taking it, and now we're at my cousin's house. And I'm like, "Oh shit!" He goes, "You feel it?" I was like, "Oh man, beer is tasting so good." I don't know. Is that trippy to me, or liquids just taste so good? Everything feels good,
yeah.
right? So I'm drinking beer. I think we polished the 30 case, and we're just like, now we're playing music. And I wrote this song. I played it. And I was like, "Guys, did you guys like that?" He's like, "Yeah." "Can I play it one more time?" He's like, "Yeah." I think I played that song like 5 times. Yo, by this time, sunlight's like peaking, and I'm like, I don't know. Someone ended up putting on like Jigsaw. I'm like, come on, I'm not trying to watch that while I'm on this, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, my cousin's girlfriend wasn't really happy with us.
Oh,
I bet.
Oh yeah, we got home at like 8.
I bet.
Yeah, it was bad,
yeah, but I mean, it's
but it was a great experience.
experience of love, you know.
It's a great.
But he was like, "But did you have fun though?"
Yeah.
Yep.
The crazy shit is the root of ecstasy is MDMA. Yeah.
Yeah.
MDMA originally was invented and used by psychiatrists
Yeah.
for marriage counseling.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they would give the husband and wife,
Each.
and then they would have it, and then like I think in an hour they'll have their session, and then it makes you feel like a little kid again, right? So they just open up and be honest about everything and
Wow.
find all the big things that they think are issues, and
And they
really
can
issues.
fuck for an hour.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean,
I still, to this day, I have friends in Hawaii that, they have kids, and, the parents, my good friends, shout out to, you know who I'm talking about. They kind of live the way, because they have so many kids. But once every couple of weeks, they take a little bit of MD or Molly, they go to a hotel, they fuck it out, and they're good. They're good, yeah.
It makes you look at people who name their kid Molly a little different now.
Wait, why is you called
Molly?
I know one.
I never thought about that.
And this one's Yellow Ducky? What do you mean?
It's like, why'd you name him Locke? No, that's from Egypt. No. Let's go. I was expecting him to say once every couple months. No, he said once every couple weeks. I'm like, oh shit! I like this.
Hey, they just gotta rejuvenate. You know what I mean?
I love that rejuvenate.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? The day-to-day life.
You're not wrong.
Is tough.
Yeah.
Especially if you have 3 kids, and I wish for both of you to get there, at least 2. It's intense. It takes a lot. I have 2 kids. You have one. Both of them are 1 year old. The 1 year old, they don't demand too much. Yeah, you gotta change a diaper. They don't demand too much.
Right.
But once your children, each one of them wants to have attention and care, and they want to share, and they want to talk about this boy and that girl and what happened, bruh. After a few weeks, you just want to fuck. You know what I mean? You just want to be with your wife, away from the kids, in a hotel, just having a good time, feel the youth.
What hotel you go to?
Let's go.
Oh, Beachcomber, baby.
See the balcony with the spinning lights. That's where you stay.
I want the room with the mirror on top. Give me some candles, baby. Some feng shui.
I don't do it because I don't do drugs anymore.
Oh, congratulations.
Anything. Nothing. I don't even smoke weed anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how long has it been?
I don't smoke weed since September.
Right on. How do you like it?
I mean, to be honest with you, I love weed. And I wish I could smoke every day, all day. But the problem is everything is fine. Everything is cool,
Right.
I'm just chilling.
But there's things that need to be done.
But there's things, you become a procrastinator, and it takes over your day-to-day. And in the place where I'm at in my life, I cannot afford to be a procrastinator. I have 64 employees right now. They're all depending on me to keep this company going and grow the company. And, I have 64 employees to feed, and maybe another 30 different musicians that I need to fill up the place, and I need to make it work. And I cannot be just chilling, smoking, and just taking it easy.
Have you ever thought about maybe once a week?
So I do it every month, one time. I just,
Just a little bit.
just take a joint, just to remind myself how much I love it.
Before you sleep.
Yeah. Sometimes I just go home and I light it up at 4 p.m. And then my kids come home and I feel like, oh my God, I have the best time ever. They're like, Dad, why are you so chill today?
Well, yes, you can have a Louis Vuitton bag. Whatever you want right now.
It's more like, yes, you can have a vanilla ice cream with chocolate sauce and sprinkles and M&M
Oh,
on
so
top.
are you guys on that health tip too? Like with the kids, like everything has to be no preservatives, all that extra.
You know what? Once you start, it's a downward spiral because nothing is healthy. Nothing is healthy. When you travel and you spend a month in Italy, like we did two summers ago, none of us gained weight.
Wow.
And we ate pasta and bread and cheese and you name it.
The best carbs.
You come back to the States, you gotta watch what you eat.
Yeah.
Because the food that we have here, and I know it sounds weird, but I'm telling you, the food that we have here is different.
Oh, big time.
And in Hawaii, it's okay. It's better than in regular mainland.
Yeah.
But and here, you know, we have poke and we have brown rice and you eat fish and you a little bit more, you know.
You eat poi?
I do eat poi, yeah. But again, when I eat poi, I eat it with like granola and honey, and I do my own mix.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Nice.
Almost, I do like an acai bowl, but with poi.
Poi. That's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds good, actually.
Yeah, it's a good dessert.
You know what I used to sell in the cafe back in the day? We used to do Aloha Fridays, and we used to take poi from this guy from Kauai, and we used
That's
to
the best poi, bro.
And we used to
from
mix
Kauai.
it, the best. And we used to mix it with coconut syrup, so it gets a sweetness.
Yeah.
And it gets a coconut finish, and then we put the granola and all our toppings of the regular acai. Fuck.
That sounds amazing.
Right, you can't stop eating the shit.
How come you guys stop?
Because the guy from Kauai couldn't supply that kind of
COVID?
No, it was before COVID.
Oh.
But we were selling it, and he couldn't. He gave it to us not like in a paste. He gave it to us like almost like in chunks, and we had to kind of break it down. So we had to cut it and then smush it, and then because he gave it to us frozen. Yeah, almost like in a block.
You should just be like sell like a frozen poi ice cream. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
What's that other dessert? It has poi in it.
Kulolo?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Make it like
the kulolo has coconut, right?
Kulolo is it poi and brown sugar or poi and fuck? I have no idea.
Check this out, bro. Freeze kulolo. Use the grater to shave it, and it's and then you just put some like condensed milk on top.
Oh.
Get out of here, dog. Hey, someone make that. Someone make that. We can do this. Let's go.
You gotta send Josh to make the request, bro. Josh can get anything done.
Bro, did you know? So Zippy stopped making the chocolate milkshakes. For one time, we did Zippy's like 1 year thing for everyone that works and stuff, right? And they're like, for that time only, they made it for us.
Yeah, because we bitched about it on the radio, bro. We bitched about it. Okay? Me and Pu'unui went on this whole rant, like on fucking just bring back the shake somewhere, somehow, some way. And then I brought back a tweet from Josh from a year.
I remember that.
A year or so before, and he's like, this is all I want. This is all I want.
Yeah.
Please. If I do this, I can end my career on a happy note.
Yep.
And they still hadn't brought it back. And then Josh commented on the post. Zippy saw, and they put anything for you, boss. And then boom, we saw the video of your guys' show. They brought you guys all chocolate shakes, bro. They don't make them no more. Yes,
what?
Bro, it was amazing, man.
That's what's
Yeah, man. Josh can pull some strings, dog.
Yeah, well, we got crickets. I'm like, man.
Well, I mean, if you were an MC at their, their party, they probably could have got one for you.
Yeah, I know, but
And you met Josh over here in Hawaii?
No, I met Josh in college. So Josh
in LA?
No, here. I went to UH. Yeah. So Josh's sister Betty is my classmate. Josh is 4 years younger than me. So I met Josh when he was like 16.
Oy.
And this was like, and so Josh used to come on summers. And
I thought he's from Maui though.
He's originally from Kaneohe. He moved to Maui when he was like 10, and then he grew up in Maui. And then when he was in high school, he'll fly over during the summer, and then he'll kick it with Betty at the dorms because she was an RA. And then I was good friends with her, so we always go mix at her apartment or her wherever she's RAing at. So me and my boy Lafu went over to mix with Josh because Betty was like, "Yo, this is my brother." Like, and so we already knew about Josh because he was putting music out on the MySpace. You remember MySpace?
Yeah.
He was putting music out on MySpace, like on YouTube. I think YouTube just came out in like 05, 06. And so I met him when he was like, I think a sophomore in high school. And then like, so we were jamming, and I was like, "Yo, this boy is bad," So we always kept in contact. And then it wasn't until 2016, bro. 2016, I seen him at Mary Monarch because I was with Nonosina. We did an exhibition show over there, and he was playing with my uncle Sean, not well, and my cousin Kupu. So they were playing for Kauai, Kamuela, and Josh was singing with them, and then he was like, "Bro," he was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing back home?" I was like, "Bro, I'm just playing at Disneyland and mixing. He said, that's it. That was my life. And then he was like, I'm gonna release a Hawaiian album, bro, and I need a guitar player. And I was like, and I'm like, dude, Hawaii has thousands of great guitar players.
Yeah.
Here. He's like, yeah, but you're Samoan, and like, I don't know about, I just kind of want you to be on this. And I'm like, okay. So I came back to LA. I went back to LA, and I was like, April, May. That was like April. So April, May, he was texting me like once a week. He's like, bro, if you come down, I got gigs for you. I gig all the time. And he goes, you told me later, I didn't have all those gigs. He goes, I'm so happy I lied to you to come down to Hawaii. No, it ended up being the best thing for me, bro. And like, it was cool because when I moved down, it just pushed him to be like, get other gigs. Cause we got a bunch of gigs and he always halved it with me. But by that time, he already released Pu'Kele. Pu'Kele was already released. Part of the album was already made. And I ended up helping with a little bit in the first album, which was cool. And so from there, we ended up picking up gigs. And then we did a lot of like morning shows, bro, like for TV. And I was like, Douglas, I was like, yeah, bro, we got like 2 morning shows this week. You down? I'm like, let's go, man. So I ended up doing almost all of them with the bro, and we had Eric Hall that started off with one of our first ones, me, Eric, and Josh, and then we had me, Josh, and Sonny of Pokehau for like a good year, and then after Sonny we had Travis, and then since it was me, him, and Travis, it's been the same 3 ever since. I think since 2018, 17, 18. So
you still play with them?
I still play with Josh.
But you do have your own.
Yeah. So I like, and what's cool is that like I get to do my own thing off from what Josh is doing, because I kind of want to do my own music, and I believe in myself to make some stuff. So
And you released two singles?
I released 2 singles.
What? 2. Kanikapila.
Kanikapila was the first one that played
Wildfires.
And Wildfire came out second. And I think that journey of music for me is still kind of fresh, because like I kind of liked being like the second guy. I wasn't really, I don't know, man. It was interesting for me. But like, I'm just still figuring it out on my own. And I feel like the gallery has really helped me become, or helped me with stage presence, in a sense of playing in front of people with a band. And we don't, I don't know if you know this, but we don't practice Wednesday because everyone has gigs every other night. So there's rarely time for everyone to be on the same time. Wednesday is the days that we do play. But then because of that, we don't have a playlist. We kind of just go off feel of what songs, usually there's a couple songs that are good starter songs just to get the mojo flowing. Yeah. From there, like, I mean, and given it's weird because there's some nights we're playing the same songs, but then it's like some nights are just hitting. Like couple weeks ago, we had like the LAB boys come in. Like some of the boys came in, and that night was like one of our best nights. It was crazy. It's like we were just on singing, and it's also understanding and creating that sense of like stage presence.
But I think also this is the difference. When you guys perform at the gallery, it feels like you guys are jamming and having fun.
It is.
And when I saw you at the other place, the hotel, Surf Jack, you're like more calm, and it's more like background music.
It is ambiance.
It's more like ambiance, and
sure.
And it's cool.
It is for sure.
But like when you come to the gallery, it feels like, what are they gonna do now? What are they jamming? Who's gonna sing? Right? Is it Naps? Is it Steven? Is it this? Like, who? Like it feels more like we are part of your journey.
Yeah, and
you let us into your fun.
It's a new picture every week. Yeah. New painted picture every week.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Yeah. And I think it's cool because the creativity is endless.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that you can create.
How did you get to meet Steven?
So Steven is Josh's cousin.
Josh Tatofi's
Yeah.
cousin, Stephen Harris?
Yeah.
Not.
They're second cousins. They're second cousins.
Not.
So we played at the stand.
Wait, he's Samoan too?
He's Tongan.
Tongan?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's how we met him, we went to the Staples Center to do a halftime show. Me, Josh, Travis. I'm a Laker fan,
Let's go.
but it was a Clipper game. But I walked. He said, "Oh." It was a Clipper Boston Celtics game, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just happy to be here in the Laker house, dog. Walking around. It's a Clipper game, Lakers. I should have my jersey.
I know, brother.
No, but so that's where I met Steven, because Steven was living up in LA, and he was like, Josh was like, "Hey, bro, you have a bass up there I can use?" Yeah. So Steven ended up coming kick with us all night. So he even came to the game, brought the bass, and so that was the bass Josh used. And it was funny because that same game, my wife, at the time she wasn't my wife, we didn't even know of each other, but at the time she was at the same game, and we flew up on the same flight. So when I met my wife, she was like, "Yeah, I went to the Clipper game." I was like, "Yeah, I played." She was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." She was there for a whole nother thing, and it was crazy. So because we didn't meet until like a couple months later.
Just to give a backstory, his wife is actually a basketball player.
Yeah, UH. She went to Arizona State 2 years and then finished at UH. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and now she's a coach, assistant coach, or
She was coaching actually for a little bit. She was coaching at St. Louis. She was helping out the boys because my uncle, her uncle, my uncle was coaching, and she's smart. She's a point guard, so she got that. The game is fluid like water.
Yeah.
actually
Become the cup.
Royce was telling me that when he talks to Tiara, he's like that, like they have the same like kind of like they understand.
Yeah.
Like he said, oh, her IQ in basketball is super high.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think you got to play the game to understand.
Yeah.
To coach real good.
Yeah, and she sees it. She can read it well too.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Royce was saying.
Oh yeah.
And actually, shout out to Royce Lee Kwai.
Brother Royce.
He was saying the way we got to play with you came in for your boy. I think it was
Kalandi. Kalandi was playing with Shay, I
with
think.
Shay Marcello.
Yeah.
And you came just in.
I came after. I was playing luau.
Yeah, you were playing a luau. You came in, and then they like called you on the stage.
Yeah.
And then you went up and you sang. And then Royce was telling me, I look at this guy, and I'm like, bro, this guy has talent. This guy is like for real.
Bro, that was big, man.
And then he came to you and he said, dude, what are you doing Wednesdays?
Yeah.
And since then, we're together almost 3 years.
Has it been almost 3 years?
Yeah.
We're starting from upstairs, man.
Yeah, starting upstairs, because at the gallery, we were about 2 years and 7 months. And we started upstairs, which was another 3-4 months, so almost 3 years.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Yeah. It was that's a whole little journey in itself.
Yeah. Well, you float, man. I don't know if you know this, but from my own perspective, there's people, especially when it comes to artists and entertainers, I come across them all the time, for work, and it's just what I do, and I enjoy it. And there's certain people that just have this. I always describe it as floating. Someone floats into a room. Most people walk, and then there's some people that just whoa.
Yes.
When I first met you, I thought you were. I don't know who you were exactly, but I was like, oh fuck, that guy's big time.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I met you?
You look big time every time.
Yeah, bro. I met you. It was in Osna's studio.
Oh.
And you was chilling there with your guitar. You had the glasses, the hat, and
was I there for Tanel's thing?
Yes, and and this is my first time meeting Tanel too, and. Tanel's high energy, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, what's up, brother? And I'm like, oh, what's up, Tanel? I don't, nice to meet you. Everything's all fast. And I was like, oh, okay. That must be Tanel's boyfriend from the mainland who also sings. Like in my head, because you guys both look like stars. And I was like, oh, okay. Then after, I think I asked somebody, and I was like, are they together? And they're like, no, not at all. I was like, oh, who's that? And they're like, oh, Laupepa. I was like, oh, okay. And then from there, I started getting to know. I started seeing you at gigs with Josh and all that, you know what I mean? But from that moment, I was like, bro, this guy's big. Like, and it's not just it's just how you carry yourself.
Thanks, man.
Have
I
a very
appreciate
good
it.
energy. You
Thank
know what I mean?
brother.
Like,
Totally.
I was like, oh.
I'm still like, I feel like I still have to put my print in the music game here. And I feel like what I'm doing is just kind of just earning my stripes still, playing with my bro and with Josh is great. I love that. It's already there, and I think like once I do my own, once I have a song that's played on the radio a lot, once I get something going like that, then I think I'll feel like I'm in the cycle right now.
But when I see you with Josh, I feel like I just feel like when you guys play, it's just so natural and second nature. You guys are just jamming. You guys could literally
That's exactly what it is.
In the middle of a set, like, and then
Bro,
switch it and just have fun.
This happens all the time.
Like, it's
It happens so frequent that it's natural now. That's exactly what it is. Like we did a tour, we did Josh's tour last year, and we were singing one song. We didn't even rehearse this with the band because we had other two guys with us, drummer and a keyboard player, and he just switched it to another song. I'm sorry for the way an Adi song into the song that we were doing, and me and Travis we usually like lean back and look at each other like this, and we're like. Yo, everybody in Melbourne was just like, oh shit! And we were like, let's freaking go. It was magic because like it came out of nowhere. But that was the feeling that magic always happens when we sing, us three sing. And I think that's cool, like that's always amazing, man. Like it's always it's good fun.
In general, magic happens when you sing.
Thank you, brother.
In general.
Appreciate it, man.
Every
That's every Wednesday, bro, is a new. Like I said, it's like a new painting. We don't know what colors you're gonna use first, but at the end of the night, it's gonna be something great.
Yes.
That's how I always look at it because it's not just me. I feel like the other musicians I play with are great in their own styles as well. Like, and it's cool because like a lot of the boys kind of figured out how my flavor is and how I play a lot of songs. I don't know if you came to a gallery yet, my bruh.
No,
you were okay. What you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow? I don't know.
Tomorrow night.
I have no idea what
It's
time
the last. It's the last Wednesday.
It's the last Wednesday.
Ever.
Oh!
I don't want to hear excuses. Get your babysitter.
Yeah. Babe, you got him out.
Yeah, bro, come by, man.
have to-
It's dope vibes, man. It's really dope vibes, and I think like, because we have Blaine Mateo on bass, and Blaine is like one of the best, if not the bass player, reggae bass player in the state.
Blaine's hot, bro.
Yeah, bro. He's major, and then we have John Lechon. Sabugo. He works at Aroma, and he's also an amazing drummer. He also drums for Rebels.
Yes.
And then we have Stephen Harris, who's his voice alone can do damage, bro. My man's amazing. And then we have that's it. Oh, and we have Naps. We have Naps on congas, and he's also another singer, and he also sings on Thursdays at the gallery.
Yeah.
So like that whole. That all of us singing together and that us vibing together
It just feels like, honestly, the way it feels like they're in the parking, like in a garage, and they're all like drank and they're having a good vibe, and they're all playing together, and everybody having a good time, and everybody's like smiling to each other, and everybody's like just enjoying. And when you see that the performer is enjoying what he's doing, it's much easier to become part of their session. And it feels like the whole room becomes part of their jam session.
You become us.
Yeah.
Become one.
We become one.
Invite me.
Yo, honestly, I have to say about Stephen Harris, bro, I'm a big fan of him.
Bro, he's amazing.
He is always smiling.
Yep.
Always smiling.
It's rare to see him pissed off. Ever.
Rare. Right, he's always like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on?
Yep.
Like, he's always happy.
Man.
He's always good mood. I love people like that.
Yeah.
I want to associate only with people with good mood. I want to be around people that lift me up, not take me down.
Right.
And every time I see him, he's like just so positive and happy. And like, bro, he should be my friend.
Yeah. So how he started to come, because after COVID, he was living in LA, right? So during COVID, right before the lockdown, he moved back home because he didn't know how long LA was gonna be.
Yeah.
And he's from here. He went to Kaimuki.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he was here 2020, and I was like, hey, I seen him somewhere. I was like, what are you doing over here? He was like, bro, nah, I'm just cruising. I was like, bro, you want to jam with me? So we ended up just me and him jamming together. So our first place that we played together was Surf Jack. So we played at Surf Jack, and I was like, immediately, our first song, I was like, this is gonna be be a great journey for both of us. Because at first it was like I was full focus on me and something that I wanted to do. But recently, like I kind of want it to be me and him now. Now, I don't know if you notice this, but now every time at gallery, it's not me singing majority of the songs. I'm like, hey, it's me, you, me, you. We're taking turns, but we're also so there's time issues, so that there is no time issues. It's a nice flow of whatever song's coming next. But also, I feel like the best of what sound that we give is not just from me, it's also from him. It's also both of us equally putting in or singing.
And you know what? I know for the longest time you also didn't take any money and you gave all the money to everybody.
Yeah. I mean, because...
That's, to be honest with you, Royce told it to me today, and it just raised your stock even higher.
Thank you.
The fact that you care for your people, this is what his life is all about. You care for your people, and your people will care for you.
For sure.
And if everybody would care for their people, we wouldn't have so many issues.
For sure.
So to see you doing that, it means so much to me, and it fills my heart to know that I have a guy like yourself in my place helping all those guys.
Thank you.
To have a stage and have a platform.
And I feel like it was natural because that band didn't just happen out of nowhere. We kind of just put it all together last minute, one by one. And then, of course, there's a certain point where okay, this is how much we have, but there's 6 people. I'm like, cool, that's okay. Everyone's gonna get paid. We're showcasing us. We looked at it. I looked at it as a investment to look at it as a live practice. Yeah. But it's also real. It's a real live practice, which means
it feels real when you do.
No, it is, and it's not just practice, but to me, it's like, man, I get to play live music with these amazing band, and also they get paid, And for me, it's like, well, I'll never forget, Royce and you came out to ask me to play, and I'm like, I thought it was cool because during that time, I was fresh after COVID, right?
Yeah.
I was fresh after COVID.
Super fresh.
Yeah. Music was kind of they were still the plastic.
Yeah. That's the first time you played. You played behind the plexiglass.
The plexiglass.
Yeah,
that was interesting, bro.
Yeah. Because back in the day, the liquor license, they retracted the liquor license for every bar. And anybody that had a restaurant license or a cabaret license could still operate. And we had a cabaret license, which means we could still operate. Mm-hmm. So we had to have all the tables 6 feet away from each table.
Yes, I remember.
And they were playing upstairs behind an acrylic, like a transparent acrylic piece.
Yeah. So you were singing to yourself, huh? Because you can see yourself in it, right? Because
singing in the mirror, baby.
The thing had a reflection, bro. Those things are so weird.
Yeah.
I remember we did a rap show, bro, and I'm rapping, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, bro, I feel so awkward right now. Why am I yelling at me? You know what I mean? Yeah, motherfucker. And I was like, oh, I'm yelling at myself.
So I'm really fucking up the plexiglass.
Yeah. I know.
Let me wipe this real quick.
I can't believe they made us do all that crap.
Bro, that's nuts, man.
Them days are gone now. We gotta look at other things.
Yeah.
But, bro, so music, you can jam some more singles? I know the last one there was
I actually, I'm working on one right now. with me and Steven. It's gonna be our first single together.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's Ku'uhomeo Kahalu.
Ooh.
I'll show you guys after.
Ooh.
But this is our version. This is the version that I came up with. And well, Steven was playing something, and I was like, "Does it work with this?" And we're like, "Oh shit, it works." So it's just yeah, man. I'm really looking forward to this. I showed it to Josh and Travis, and they're really stoked on it. And like, you know, for me, man, like if my boys think it's really dope, I think it's gonna be really dope.
Oh, I'm excited,
especially it's a local song, you know, and I'm not local, but I feel like, man, I feel like I should have been here a long time
Right,
ago.
you're as local as it can get.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I still have isms here and there.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like this is gonna be my home for however long, because I don't know, man. It's nothing like Hawaii.
Yeah.
To be honest, especially growing up in Samoa, growing up in LA, and Hawaii is a nice like medium for me because it gives me both.
Yeah.
You know.
Right, you guys played enough Hawaiian parties for you to be on Hawaiian radio at this
Yeah.
point. You and Josh. I went through so many luau's and had so
You know
much
what I'm saying,
of the
my dog?
different
You know what I'm saying, my
kinds,
dog?
bro. You know what I mean? But so what you guys going to come out as? As like the name of Laupepa and Steven?
I don't even know, man. We might just put Laupepa and Steven. You know, like Cecilia and Capono. I don't know.
LNS?
LNS. That sounds nice.
That's
Well,
something.
whenever you guys are ready, I know a guy. He has a HI 93 High 93 radio
Yeah.
show. So whenever you're ready, you let us know, because I know this guy.
Did Pooh play Wildfire?
I don't know. That's a
Okay.
good question.
That's cool.
He might have, or he
No,
might have not. You know what I mean? I have no idea.
No,
but-
I sent it to he told me to send it to him, so I don't even know.
Well, send them to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on every morning.
Okay, let's see what's
Send
up,
them to
dog.
me, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
man. No, I want to see. The thing is, like, I want you to be brutally honest too. Like, if you like it, then if it's worthy, then good. If it's not, also good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know what works and what ain't.
The thing is, like, for my show in the morning, like, I'll play whatever. I'll take an email. I'll take a, hey, you're not supposed to do that. I could give a flying fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, like, I'm like, bro, at this point, like, I have people I want to support, and
Right,
I'll play it
right.
on my show. You know what I mean? Like, we just played the new one from the young kids, High Water.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I played these young kids from Hilo that I really believe in, called Kanaka Fire. Like, I'll play,
Cool.
I'll share with my morning show, whatever music that I enjoy. You
Cool.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
The rotation shit is a little bit more of another game that I don't even like.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
yeah.
You know, I'm just like, well, you know.
So does it really work like that, where people call in and they have to put it's online? That's the reason why a lot of the other songs are always played repeatedly.
It's a lot of things. There's text messages. A lot of PDs in Hawaii, they'll check statistics, right? They'll check the streams on your iTunes or whatever. They'll check what the fuck is that one? Shazams. They'll check things to see if there's actually traction. They're not looking. So this is the biggest misconception in radio, is that people will be like, will think radio will be the thing to carry you over. What Lanai had told us, and then I try to share now, because Lanai was the guy who first started Island Radio Music Station. Like, he was the one that launched Island 95 back in the day.
Wow.
And he says, you know, if your music can make it on its own, that's when radio will play it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's a give and take, right? Like,
Right.
radio doesn't break artists like people think it does. It's actually playing the music that people are comfortable already hearing.
True.
You know, they'll have it in their workplace and like, oh, okay, you know, they play a lot of stuff I know. So maybe our customers in this convenience store might enjoy it for whatever reason.
Right.
So that's the big misconception with everything, like, regarding how they pick songs. You know, like, you know, there's a whole like science to it. I'm old school. You know, so I'm like,
Cool.
I want to be the one that breaks something. Like fucking, we broke Shaggy, bro. You know what
Bruh.
I mean? We resurged Shaggy in Hawaii. You know,
That was nuts.
people are calling and sharing music from all over the world because we're one of the few like reggae stations that exists. Or you know, and Hawaii has like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why aren't we the ones that can break
Right.
stuff? You know,
Right.
But send it, bro. I'll play it. Come on the
Hey,
show.
man, no, I just
Come
want
on
to.
the
I want to
show,
see if
like-
you like it first. I want to see if you like it first, and then you can play it if you want.
Right, if he wouldn't like it, he wouldn't play it.
True.
He's not going to
Yeah, yeah.
embarrass himself.
Right.
He has ten thousands of followers, like listening every morning. Even me and my daughter listen every morning.
Yeah?
If you hear a shitty song,
go.
we're gonna be like, hey, what the fuck is that, bro?
If I just can jump on, talk story, you know what I mean? Like, that would
Yeah.
be fun. Well,
Let me
I
know,
guess
bro. I'm
we'll
down, man. I'm down, man. I love it.
Send a song and then we'll go from there. But I'd love to have you on too. Just
I appreciate it, man.
just catch vibes, bro.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
big time.
early as hell, you know?
I'm all about it.
Hey, he just told us he used to do early morning shows. He just
Yeah.
told us, bro. He's a morning person, bro.
Yep.
Just not gonna be Thursday morning. Does he play Wednesday night?
How's this? Royce goes, hey, how about Wednesday? What, 9 to 12? I was like, hey, whatever you like, dog. So he's moving it to 9 to 12.
Yeah.
And then I found out my father-in-law was like, hey, so we're going to paint the house on Thursday. So I was like, I gotta wake up. So 12 o'clock, which means I get home maybe at 1:30 or 1 o'clock because, we gotta break down, talk to everybody, pay my bill, blah, 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 and then go home and then wake up and drive to Hawaii and then, yeah.
Where are you living?
I live right by the pulley. But then my in-laws, they live in Hawaii. So, but that's the only time my cousin can also help with like fixing some stuff around the house,
Hey, it's
Yeah,
last week, bro. It's the last stretch.
So you can be the
make it.
foreman, huh? Yeah. Go to that side. There's a spot. There's a spot right there, yeah.
Listen, hey, you get it. Right up.
Raja.
You guys hungry? It's like breakfast. I'll go grab
I'm
one.
gonna grab him. I'm gonna go Hawaii.
By the way, is your wife Samoan too?
No, she's Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
And Caucasian.
Hawaiian Caucasian.
Oh, and Portuguese.
Portuguese.
That's the one.
Still Juan.
And your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Leimiti.
Leimiti.
Leimiti. It means it's
Leimiti Letuli.
Leimiti Letuli. She's Hawaiian Samoan, and her name is Hawaiian Samoan. So Lei
Lei.
is a Lei.
My daughter is Lei too.
Okay, Miti in Samoan is to dream. Dream Lei.
Wow.
Because my wife, when she was pregnant, she had like thousands of dreams in one night. Like she would have multiple dreams. It was nuts. Like she would wake up, she's like, "Babe, I'm so exhausted." I was like, "Why? What happened?" From sleeping. I was like, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Wait, say it again. You
just woke up.
You just got here. What's going on?
You just got here.
It's like, no. My wife was like, she's like, no, from dreaming. I was like, oh, carry on. She's like, no, she's like, she has so much dreams. She had so many dreams that it was like, she would wake up. She was like, holy shit, a lot. She was just drained, and I was just like, damn. I was just like, okay, So we were talking about names and stuff, and I was like, we have to put something about dreams in there. And to Miti in Samoan is a dream, Leimiti. So
That's a beautiful name,
yeah.
bro.
So her name is Leimiti Lefangawali'i Ke Aloha Mele Letuli.
Woo!
God damn.
There's so much roots in that, bro. Like, jeez.
Yeah, man.
Bruh, that name just gives me chills, bro. Say it one more time.
Leimiti Lefangawali'i Ke Aloha Mele Letuli. Until you ate a Klondike bar.
Let's go.
Holy shit, balls. Let's go, bro.
How is it to be a dad?
Bro, it's amazing, man. To be honest, it's a different love. Cool. That's what I hear from everybody. It's a totally different love. And like, of course, I was like saying it was a boy for like forever until we went and got it checked out. And it was like, oh, it's a girl. I was like, yeah. I mean, of course, for a split second, I was like, ah. But then I was like, you know what? Who cares? It's your baby girl. She's your princess.
I
And
always
then-
say healthy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter
She's
if
very
it's
healthy.
boy or girl.
Right. And
Healthy.
she came out very healthy. And she's big. She's long. She has my legs. Ooh. She has my appendages.
Ooh.
Royce was telling me she
cool.
looks like my daughter when she was 3.
Yeah, she's almost one. Yeah, bro. She's like tall. She's tall for her age. She wears like 28-month stuff.
Wow, that's
So it's
epic.
nuts. Yeah, bro. Yeah. She has green eyes. She's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful girl.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, like, you know, I keep thinking about. She's like, what? Like the day when she's like talking about boys and shit. I'm over there like.
That was the biggest stress of having a daughter, right? Like, oh, you're gonna have that day.
But this is the thing, though.
that
This is the
moment.
thing, though, man. Your daughters would take care of their dads.
Yeah.
You know, after. You know,
I think the fact that I have daughters made me a better husband and more loving to my wife. Just because I care who my daughter will date and how my daughter will carry herself, I know how I need to treat my wife in a certain way. I need to be a certain amount of time at home. I need to be present. I need to be loving and caring.
She wants the same qualities as you.
Exactly. And then she won't fall for a fucking guy that's gonna put her pregnant and run
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
And
yeah.
she's not gonna be one baby mama.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a wife.
Yeah.
You know? Because she knows what she's willing to accept and what she's not willing to accept.
sure.
And this is depends on what you're gonna see from me.
For sure.
And that made me elevate my husband game, like to the max.
Dope, bro.
Yeah. And for me, being a dad today and serving, and I say that word serving on purpose, serving my wife and my kids, I feel like it's my journey to serve them, to put them in a place where they will be serving others, other people, other family members, the new generation. You know, it depends on us, the dads. And I always wanted to have a boy.
Yeah.
I always wanted to have a boy. I want him to be like a fucking, crazy guy, fucking
Your little
fighting.
mini-me, man.
Yeah, I go nuts. But having two daughters is like the most precious, most real thing I've ever experienced in my life. You know,
Yeah.
a son will look up to you, and will never talk back to you. A daughter, right? She tell you straight up. I was putting those glasses on. I bought like glasses with blue shade, like blue, like glasses had like blue, like fucking lenses. And my daughter looks at me and she's like, "Dad, you're just trying too hard." I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, Dad, you look like you're trying too hard." I took the fucking glasses, put them in the fucking trash, never wear them again. Shit. Your daughters will be honest with you.
I think my daughter look at me and be like, "You look fly, Dad." I know, baby girl. You know?
Yes, sir.
Chris also has a newborn, 1 year old.
Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Her name is Irie.
Oh, can I grab this?
Oh yeah, you should.
Thank you.
By all
Irie.
means.
Yeah.
And she looks like
Her
you.
name is Irie?
Yeah.
That's beautiful, bro.
Real nice, real positive. That's all we're going about with her. She's a handful, man. She's got attitude and she's big and she's a bully. I love it. She's a big bully, bro.
She's a bully.
She's a bully.
She's a year old?
Yeah. Well, she's about to be a year. She's 10 months.
Oh, we're on the same. We're in the same boat, literally.
Yeah. Big time, bro.
Yeah.
She's just a big bully. She just, she knows what she wants, knows what she doesn't want, and she's really aware. This is the weird thing I get with her. She's like, we'll take her in public and she'll eye everybody out in their eyes.
Interesting.
So like everybody's always locked in and feel like they gotta say hi to her. You know what I mean? Which in turn I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice that you're talking to her. Stay 5 feet, don't touch my kid. You know what I mean? Right? Like, because there's people that just want to walk up and be like, oh my god. It's just like, okay.
I'm like, but my thing too is my wife is like, okay, I don't know where your hand's been, but I'm not gonna let you touch my baby. Here's a wipe your hands off. But it doesn't even get to stage 1 because she's like, okay, who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is you?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, so I love it, bro. It's definitely a life changer. The only reason I wanted a boy was because I didn't want to deal with the, I feel like when you have a boy, it's a lot less worrisome about the injuries, the falling, their feelings. It's not as sensitive, because I'm a boy. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you fall down, okay, get up.
But at the same time, they're not as adventurous and they're not going to climb on the fucking closet, And the boys, they do, When I was a boy, I opened I ripped my chest, I ripped my chin, I ripped my forehead.
Yeah, get them.
Thank God, my daughters, they're just chill.
Dude, my daughter has scratches all over. Today, I guess yesterday she's playing with a freaking chopstick. she has a nice like line here. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? She goes, yeah, your freaking daughter wanted to play with chopsticks and ended up cutting herself. I was like, how are you gonna cut yourself with chopsticks? It was freak. I don't know. It was like a freak accident, and it happened, and I was like, golly,
Yeah.
she's crazy, man.
It's funny in Hawaii. I always try and. One of the reasons why I don't want my kids to hurt themselves is because you don't want to get with your kids to Queen Kapiolani Hospital when your kid is injured, because immediately they're fucking thinking you were the one. My daughter broke her collarbone. We had an investigation for 35 minutes,
Wow.
and she just fell from the bed.
Can you use a different finger to point?
Sorry.
Like a collarbone. Thank you. He's like this. My collarbone.
No, for real. She fell from the bed, broke her collarbone. We got an investigation, 35 minutes, as if
Like you threw her down. Are
I'm
you
like,
kidding me?
How did it happen? I'm like, can you treat my daughter? But how did it happen? She fell from the bed.
Buck bed.
What bed? How many beds?
Oh my God.
And then they took my wife and they asked her, and they want to make sure that she has the same fucking story. Yeah. It took us 35 minutes to get treatment for my daughter.
Holy shit.
Since then, I tell my daughters, girls, don't hurt yourself because I don't want to go under investigation at the hospital. Make sure you stay healthy. I'm telling you, every time, it's too much. And you just want them to take care of your daughter, you know, because fucking collarbone, that hurts. But
in Samoan, for know-it-all, it's called fiopoko. So like one of my homies, he said that his friend, because a lot of grandparents, especially if you move from from the islands to the States, to the mainland, like they think, if it hurts, she goes, I got this. It's full, like lomi kind. But it's like hard, you know? So one of my boys, he was playing a JC up in San Mateo, and he goes, yeah, one of my teammates, Samoan cat, fractured his collarbone, and his grandpa was like, hey, boy, come here, I gotta fix your collarbone. And he was like, oh, fuck. So he goes over to his grandpa's house, and my man's like stepping on it and shit, man. He's just fulfilling the shit out of it. He comes the next day, he goes, Coach, I can't play him, my collarbone's broke. It's just snapped in half. I was like, wait. Bro, I'm like, see, some of these older folks, like, you know, it's a little like, trust me, I know what to do, okay? I'm like, you broke his bone. I don't know. Holy shit balls.
Well, being a parent is definitely one of the greatest things that we can.
It is for sure.
That we can be part of.
Yeah.
You know, and entertaining our kids. It's even, you know, every morning when I wake them up, I try to make them laugh and set them up for success for a good day at school.
Nice.
You know, if I would know to be a musician like yourself and play the guitar, I can only imagine how beautiful it would be just to, you know, serenade to my daughter, just play, let her vibe, you know. You, musician, sing to your daughter, make a cool rap song for your daughter. It's amazing to have that connection. If you would have a boy, he would be like, Dad, get the fuck out of here. Bring me a football. Give me a ball. Let's go play outside. Yeah. He wouldn't even, you know, comprehend that special moment. Girls are a very special breed. Oh, yeah. We need to appreciate that we have girls.
Yeah. I want to get to a point where I just don't have to say anything. I just give them a look. And they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's right. That's where I'm going for.
It'll come. She's only 1 year old. When she'll be 2, 3, she'll get it.
It's funny because she's my alarm clock now. So she she sleeps in the living room, and then she walks over to her room. Me and my wife sleeping, and I hear this, ah. Where's the snooze button? I was like, throw a pillow at it. Like, so that's why she got scratches on her face. Golly.
Oh, she's walking already?
She's almost, bro. She took 5 steps the other day.
Bro.
Yeah, it's so close. But I think she's cool. She likes standing now. She likes standing and stuff. she'll take a couple steps.
But she's
fall
that tall
down.
though.
Yeah, you know.
Fucking athlete genes, bro, between you and your wife.
She got held back a grade. I'm just kidding. Spent an extra year in the womb, you know what I'm saying? No, yeah. She's going to be an athlete, man. She got me and my wife's genes, so it's going to be cool, bro. I'm stoked for her. But, you know, at the same time, I don't know. I want her to be musical because I just feel like being a musician, it's an extra something for you. I don't even know how to explain it, but I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You
She
know what
knows.
I feel like it'll be natural though, the same way you naturally
Gravitated.
Gravitated to music,
that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know, it's funny too. I keep thinking about like, man, what if I never did football? What if I just did music straight out of high school? And I was like, man, God, that wasn't the journey you're supposed to take. You know, He gave her the other car first. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sports teaches you discipline.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of musicians don't have discipline like that. So we know some musicians that are absolutely completely off the wall talented, but can't hold down a gig or can't get into working with a lot of other people because you're not disciplined.
Yeah,
you know,
I have to agree with him. Maybe the discipline helped you
You're not
because
wrong.
I know you a lot of self-taught, a lot of things you taught yourself. Yeah, your dad taught you to play some, but a lot of stuff is like training at home, and maybe that put you in that space.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Especially for instrumentalists, there's a lot of loops you gotta do, right? There's parts where you just gotta go through this part and continuously play this rhythm, and
Yeah.
it's like,
It's cool because when me and Steven jam, I think I love is because I come from a non-school musically trained. I mean, he's self-taught too, but like he went to school. He graduated at UCLA. My boy is like, but then you look at Josh. Josh never graduated from school. I mean, he graduated from school, but not.
Yeah, that's music too.
my bad, Josh doesn't have a diploma.
Didn't went to school. Bad grades. No. He went to school, but music school. It's a different platform. So many other musicians. Like look at Glenn. Glenn didn't go to music school. There's so many raw talent.
Yeah.
But then I love it because it's always a different point of view. Because when me and Steven play together almost every day, like it's like I learn a lot from him, and it's cool because and vice versa. There's things that we just, we learn from each other and we just kind of pick off from each other, and it's cool. Like every time I play, like I didn't learn how to solo from a book or the kind. I'll listen to the radio. I used to listen to the radio and just try to mimic it. And then that was my thing. And then later on, I got into other stuff. And then I was playing at Disneyland from 2011 to 2015. 2016, and then moved here in 2016 as well. And yeah, man, that's where I got my chops. And then I felt like it was a good way for me to.
At Disneyland?
Disneyland, yeah. Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in Anaheim. So at the Disneyland Hotel, it used to be the old Tiki Room, but it's called Trader Sam's now. And my dad got the gig over there for music, so it was always a duo or trio, but it was $175 each for 4 hours.
wow.
Bruh. And that and there's no tips.
Long live Disney.
No, yeah. The guy that hired us, he was like, "Yeah, we don't want beggars here." Okay, I was like, "Oh, fuck." I was like, "So no tips, and $175 a night." I mean, if you think about it, there's other people that work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
party,
100%.
for sure. And so I always have to remind myself, it's 4 hours.
Yeah.
They give you food for free.
Yeah.
You get free drinks. I mean, you get a fountain drink, whatever. But they're still free,
Yeah.
So you're always in that cycle of trying to be grateful. And I mean, we do. And remind yourself hey man, there's other people out there that are working for less, for more hours. So
And more work.
Yes, for sure. In the sun,
Yeah.
So be grateful that, and that's at the same time though, you're like, okay, how can we move up from here? So that's just on your own hustle and trying to get where you at. And, I'm blessed to move here and meet the people I get to meet, and to create relationships that become long friendships to become family. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think life is about, man. You meet the people you meet and what you make from it. And some people, come in and out of your life, and that's okay, man. They weren't supposed to be there. That's how it is.
Well, and at that sense, I wanna give you our award. It's the Aloha Our Hammer Award.
Woo! Thank you very much.
Because you won hammer.
Yes,
I've been always trying to buy a hammer for my house. Now I have a hammer.
Now you have one.
Yeah.
And
This
your
is
energy, the energy that you give to each and everybody that is
Yeah.
next to you is hammer.
Thank you.
And keep inspiring each and every one
Is this the
next to you.
first hammer that got awarded?
No, we award a hammer to all the hammers.
Every show?
Every hammer.
Ooh, I like that.
only the hammers though.
I was gonna say, did I just get a participant? I got a participant trophy. Hey, man. No, thank you, brother.
Actually,
Thank you
your
very
father-in-law told us he gave us that for you
For
to
the-
remind you.
He goes, yeah. Since you don't got one, I want you to bring this one on Thursday morning, baby. Hey, I love it, man. I appreciate you guys. It's just gonna look weird when I walk to Surf Check from here with a hammer. I'm gonna walk like this. They're like, who this is the Hawaiian blade? Hey, Daywalker, easy with the hammer, brother. Man, thank you guys for having on me, man. This is amazing.
We had a great
Thank
time,
you,
man.
bro.
Thank you for
Big
coming
vibes.
on, and thank
Yeah.
you for sharing with us your time, man.
Big time, man. This is a good opportunity. Love you guys. Follow my brothers up here, Big John. And what's the name? I don't even know the name of the. What's the name of the?
The Aloha Hour.
The Aloha Hour. Damn, that's messed up on my part. He's like, get my hammer back.
We'll take the hammer back.
Much love, everybody, man. Thank you, guys.
We love you,
Thank you,
Peppa.
bro.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, don't forget, man. Tomorrow night.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you should come.
Hey.
Sure.
Hey, it's
know.
one night, bro.
I know. I just
give me
wake
one.
up at 3:30.
Invite me. Come on.
That's anyways.
Inviting,
No promises, bro. I'll do my best though.
Okay.
I'll make.
Well,
I'll
I don't know
make
if
an
you know
effort.
this, but my daughter comes on Wednesday. She's actually one of the only babies allowed in that place.
Nah.
And if my daughter comes tomorrow, it could be a double date.
Yep.
Ooh.
Irene, the
Did you feel
house.
that? Did you feel that?
I did.
Irene
Oh,
the house,
there's no more
baby.
pressure. Release pressure.
Yo,
Right there.
Mikey's
brought his
kids.
kids too?
Both kids came yesterday. Both kids of
Bro,
Mikey
Bring your
came
child. Bring Ira tomorrow, dog.
100%.
Now there is no excuse.
Dude,
There's no
if
babysitter.
Mikey can do it, you can do it. Mikey
I'll
was
talk to
there,
my-
his wife, the two
Tell
kids.
your wife, come
I'll
out.
talk to mama.
Come-
Mama makes all the calls.
Okay.
I bet
tell
she
her, Tell her
does.
come.
She does,
Say,
yes.
hey, baby girl. You gotta talk and get that voice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give him that. Like, hey, baby girl. No, I want to take you to a special night. My boy Peppa's playing. He's gonna bring his daughter.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring our daughter. You know what I'm saying? You and I. Ooh.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a hotel later on.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna get that lock
Mikey
open.
can be
I got the key. I gotta open that up, baby girl. You know what I'm saying?
Next one coming.
You got locks?
Try for the boy.
Let's go, man.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
It was
you,
a
guys.
great pleasure.
I appreciate it.
We killed 2 hours easy. We could have gone on and
Bro,
on.
I didn't
and
even
on.
realize that went by that quick.
Yeah, bro. 2 hours, man.
Damn, I got anyone drove? You want to drop me off?
Where?
Huh?
Where you gotta go?
Down the street.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah, Surf
right
Jack.
Yeah.
I would walk, but I would sweat by the time I'm there.
I don't like you walking that way.
I don't want to walk around with a weapon. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who's like, what kind of carpenter dresses like that? He was wearing skinny jeans and some loafers.
We're building fellowship, Kay. We're building fellowship.
Right. I was like, oh no, I do the upper class kind of stuff. That's what I do penthouse stuff. I wear loafers.
Thank you very much for
Thank y'all,
tuning
man.
in.
Appreciate y'all,
Thank
man.
you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll be here next week. Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Shoots.